Hey guys, this is Blaine with SFBtraders.com, and today I'm looking at stocks on watch here for Friday, September the 15th. First one up is DSCO, Discovery Laboratories. I alerted the breakout today over about 245. If we can, you can draw this line in basically and kind of see this mark. Nice breakout. Draw the trend line up. This is pretty perfect off the bottom there. So I alerted the breakout there at 245 today in the chat room before it ran towards 275 almost for 30 cents or so. Next stop, if it can break through that high today, which was 274, then we should be able to at least push towards 280, and this 280 mark will be key because the last time it broke through the 280 level in August of 12, it popped all the way to 320. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this get a second day run out of it if it can bust through this 280 mark and get it pushed towards that 320 level as well. SPWR, man, this thing has been crazy on fire. Looking at the 1-year chart here, you can see the huge run just in the past month over basically since the beginning of January. It gapped up over 7 and popped to 9 and then consolidated for a while and finally broke out again. I did alert this in the chat room right as it was breaking 8 last week. I bought it at 8:30, chased it up a little bit, but ended up trading it several times this day. Made a nice chunk of change off of it. And then today, if we zoom in a little bit, I'll show you basically what I was looking for is over this 1020 mark as it popped, broke out through this high, and then kind of consolidated here. Made a little bit of a triangle, if you will, and then the 1020 was acting resistance. And I alerted the 1020 break in the chat room today. Sure enough, it ran $2, 20%. So can't beat that. Beautiful breakout there as well. Basically, what I'm looking for now, see if we can get some follow through over about 1245. Otherwise, if it gaps up and gaps up pretty good, then I'll be looking to take it short. If it opens weak, if it opens red below maybe even 12, then look forward to take it long on the red to green move there. There's definitely a couple ways to play this thing. We'll just have to see what it gives us. BIOF, looking for a pretty solid breakout from this thing. Volume spikes are coming in randomly, sporadically, but on those days they pop pretty good. If we can get a huge day like we did back in September, you could very easily do almost the exact same thing there, at least towards $7 or $8. So it's definitely worth keeping on your watch list. Groupon, GRPN. Like this chart setup. I'm actually long this right now. I bought today at 575. Sorry, I've actually filled it at it was 574. But what I was buying on was based on the idea that it was going to break 575, this recent range, and go higher towards that 6 mark. Well, when it closed near 6, I decided just to hold to see if it could actually break through the 6 and work on filling this gap. We got a little gap to fill. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing at $8 in the near future. JRCC, coal stocks been crushed. They were crushed in 2012, so a good thing it looks like it's actually made a higher low there, and if it actually reverses here and can break through this downtrend, it'll make another higher low here, which is always a positive sign that buyers are coming back into the stock and could take it higher. For me as a short-term trader, I'm looking for a push towards 350 if it can break through this downtrend line. GGS, it was also beat down in 2012 pretty good. As you can see, it was close to $12 and now it's under 5. So this line I drew is the peaks from these highs in November and then in early January. So if it can break through those, I wouldn't be surprised to see at least push towards 5, which kind of acted as support right here. So at least through 5, and depending on how long you're willing to hold and what your risk tolerance is, or if you're a day trader or a swing trader, it may continue higher. But For me, as a day trader, I'll be looking to see that breakout and get a push towards 5. NEO looks like a chart due for a breakout over 310 from these peaks back in September and December. There was an analyst that upgraded this thing to a buy. Actually, I guess it was just reiterated as a buy, but the target price is 375. So obviously someone thinks it has room to go up, and I will agree with that statement if it can break out through these levels, basically confirming that buyers are willing to take it higher. WLT, a higher price stock, but man, this chart looks prime for a breakout over 40, towards 44 for 10% even. So definitely be watching that. It's only 50 cents through it, and today's high was 39.76. So I really like this chart. If I was going to play a higher priced one, this one's obviously on the top of my watch list, or I wouldn't have put on the video. But this thing looks ready to go. We could argue an inverse head and shoulders bottom pattern, and which could signal a full reversal all the way back to, I mean, the real last support level here was 56 area, and then it broke down, fell off, and then there was some little bit of support here at 44. So there's your potential target prices there, depending on how long your time frame is. But for me as a day trader, I wouldn't. I mean, I'd be okay with a buck if it broke out above 40 and ran to 41. That's fine with me. But probably goes towards 44, or possibly even 56 over time. Looking at another solar stock here, looks like JASO might be due for breakout over 6. Potential day trade opportunity if it actually can break and hold. Today's high was what, 614, so potentially needs to break through that level, but I really like this thing to break out over 6 and continue higher towards 7 or even towards 850 area, which was somewhat of support when this area bounced off of, then had a little support there, and then finally broke down. So I mean, we'll see what it gives us. Obviously, like I said, I'm a short-term trader, and I'm just looking to take profits on the way up, so I will be trading to make money for sure. Let's look at a penny stock. Solar's been hot lately in general. So West, I alerted this thing in the chat room yesterday at 0.043 actually. A little bit of volume hit. Today was the huge volume hit. People finally found it. I basically said yesterday that, hey, the solars are hot. This thing's found bottom and looks like it's going to start coming off bottom, and when it started to uptick there, so I alerted it, and sure enough, took off for us. It nearly tripled. So another one to watch, Clear Skies Solar, had a little action today, a little volume. If you scroll out, actually I'll get a 1 year chart here. So if we scroll out all the way 1 year, it really looks like if we can get through that 0.004 level, then it should continue this run, maybe even have another 50% or so in it. We'll just have to see what the volume spike does tomorrow. But again, solars are hot, so anything goes right now with solar stocks. I think that's plenty to watch there for Friday the February 15th. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, join us in the chat room. I'm giving out trial subscriptions. We actually have a new trading room, if you will. It's a conference room. Basically, I broadcast my screen. It can offer audio alerts as well as the text alerts. So pretty cool little deal. If you want to try it out, just email me at blaine@sfbtraders.com and I'll get you set up. All right. Enjoy Friday, enjoy your weekend, and happy trading.